Alright, so the first thing you need to do for this exercise is to place your image right next to your workspace. So make sure you have it right where you want it, more or less. And you might want to put it towards the middle because we're going to add um, the missing part of the head, which will be on the final one. And so after you place your image, you're going to start with, one second, we're going to start with the bigger shapes, which is the head and the hands. And then our second step will be to go with the darker areas or the shadows. In this case will be the hair, the eyebrows, mustache, all those. And then after that we're going to do the highlight. So back to it. So we're going to start with the bigger shapes, which is the head and the hands. And you can look at the example that I provided to see more or less what it would look like. So when you're doing the hands, you're literally doing the outline of them. You're not really focusing too much on the inside because we'll do that later. So let's get started. So the first tool we're gonna use, it's actually the main tool we're gonna use is the polyline, which makes straight edges. And I'm gonna start, doesn't really matter where we start. Let's start with the ear. And you click anytime you want it to stop. Okay, now I'm gonna add the hands. Zoom tool, click where you wanna zoom into, and then do it again. And there you go. So now we have the head and the hands, and I can actually zoom out. So to zoom out on your computers, it would be click on the zoom tool and press two fingers down to zoom out. One finger is to zoom in, and again two to zoom out, and one to zoom in. Okay, so the next step would be to color them. So let's actually move them first. Okay, here's the thing about moving them. Excuse me. So select the select arrow tool, and then you press the shift key to select another tool, so it actually selects both of them at the same time. And then so again you're gonna have to press, so let me do it again, click on one shape, press the shift key, and then press the hands. Okay, here's the next step. You have to literally press down the shift key and click on the shapes and drag them to the side, and it drags them in a straight line. And there you go. So you kind of see where it's going. So let's color it. This is the first step. So I actually want these. I don't want the black outline that these shapes have. So I would select them, click, shift, click, or you can actually click on the outside and then drag a square to select whatever's in between it, and then you will go to this little pencil tool and then click transparent, so to make those lines transparent. Okay, the next step would be to focus on the darker areas, which are the shadows. And so there's going to be a lot of detail on that one, which makes your drawing more interesting. So let's focus on that. Okay, after you have done all the darker areas, then you would select them all. So in order to select them all, to move them to the right side, this would be the easiest way to click outside the frame and then click and drag, and it'll select everything there, including the actual image. So therefore, you will have to click, press shift, like again, and click on the image so it can deselect it instead of adding it. So you're taking it away. Let me do that again one more time. So you click outside, drag it to cover all the shapes you just drew, and then you would press shift and then click on the image outside, so to deselect it, and then again you have to press shift to move it to the right side. So shift, click, drag the right side, and then you can move them with your arrows to see where they will best fit. It might look a little awkward at first, but when you paint them black, it'll start making more sense. And I think I forgot some of the nostrils, but it's fine. So then you would go to the line, transparent. There you go. I can click the hair, lower it a little, make it fit. And here's the cool thing about this. When using vectors, which is like this kind of shapes, you actually if you double click and like a shape, it gives you this little purple circles, which help you do better adjustments to it. So click on it, and you can actually adjust them furthermore to make them fit like in a certain area, perhaps. Remember, you have to double click it. And there you go. Okay, so your job is to continue with the next section, which will be excuse me, highlights, and then it would be like other darker areas, pupils, and so on. Make sure you watch the other video to kind of guide you through it. Thanks for watching.